Tom, I made hamburger steaks tonight.
I skipped tonight dinner.
I see. Do you have a client dinner?
If so,
If you're going to eat them after you come back, should I save half of them for tomorrow's lunch?
nah, I don't want to eat cold hamburger steaks. And if you're going to have hamburger steaks tonight, I don't eat them for the next day lunch, okay? Why should I eat the same meal for the evening of the previous day and the lunch of the next day? Are you underestimating businessman?
I'm sorry.
Don't do it if you apologize. Being a housewife is easy, isn't it? Being able to live without thinking about anything.
Thank you for always working.
You don't deny that it's easy.
It's not that easy.
Which is your position? Stella, are you going to state some crazy theory that a housewife makes $70,000 a year?
No, it's not like that. I mean, it is not as easy as you say.
Okay. Anyway, I have to go to a dinner with my clients. Don't call or bother me.
Okay. Olivia, marriage is difficult, isn't it?
Did you have a fight with Tom again?
Not really a fight. He's been more aggressive lately.
Just listening to what you say, he has quite the propensity for mental harassment. Was he like that before you got married?
No, not at all. Before we were married, he never acted that way, and I thought it would be fine even if we both worked, but he asked me to take care of the household, so I became a housewife. But recently, he's been complaining about it and calling me a freeloader. I do the housework properly, though.
That's not good. Is there a reason for that?
Maybe it's because of a child.
Child?
Yeah, we've been trying pretty hard to have a child, but we haven't been successful.
That must be tough.
I had myself checked, and it seems I don't have any particular difficulties with childbirth.
What about Tom?
I don't think Tom has gone for a checkup.
He hasn't gone? It seems to be quite common for men to have issues with fertility.
It's probably pretty tough for Tom's pride.
That's tough in itself.
And because we can't have children, some people make a big fuss about it, you know.
Really?
Stella, I heard something. You neglected your housework again, didn't you? Even though Tom is working hard and fulfilling his role, you're really unfit as a wife.
Good morning. I do my housework properly. But Tom is very particular.
No excuses. And as Tom's wife, you should accommodate his preferences. Since you can't have children, at least do your housework properly.
I was examined at the hospital and there was no problem.
Then why can't you have a child? I want to meet my grandchild soon. My husband died without meeting our grandchildren. He grieved in the hospital until the very end of his life.
I'm sorry.
If you're going to apologize, just leave.
What?
You are not worthy to be his wife, so please get out of his life.
That's just too much.
Shut up. Then you should have a baby as soon as possible.
Tom, can we talk?
What? I'm busy right now.
It's about your mother.
Again? Come on. Get along with her.
It's not that. She says horrible things. She keeps asking me to divorce you.
That's obviously a joke. My mom just really wants to meet a grandchild soon. So she's desperate. I don't want to talk about this anymore. See you later.
Oh, are you coming home tonight?
I have a sudden business trip, so I won't be coming home.
I see.
Hey, how's it going with Tom?
It's getting worse and worse lately. We're constantly arguing because of his mother. It's really a terrible everyday life. If I knew it would turn out like this, I shouldn't have gotten married.
Tom is probably having an affair.
What?
I saw him yesterday. Tom was walking arm in arm with another woman, and they went into a hotel together.
No way.
I didn't take any pictures, but it was surely Tom without a doubt. My friend was there with me, and we're pretty sure that's Tom. Is there any other sign of him being involved with another woman?
It's not about a woman. Lately, he's been busy with work, and that's why he goes on business trips often.
What about yesterday?
It seems a meeting ran late, so he didn't come home.
He's not even trying to hide it anymore.
What should I do?
Perhaps you should have it checked out by a public agency once. It could be a misunderstanding. Well, that's not very likely.
Yeah, that's true. I'll request some research.
Yeah.
I received the investigation results.
That was fast. So, what did it say?
He was having an affair with a young woman from his workplace.
Seriously?
Seems like they were meeting multiple times a week. The person who conducted the investigation was completely fed up because there was no attempt to hide it.
I see. What are you going to do?
I was kind of on the fence until the results came in, but after seeing this, it's impossible. Considering Tom's mental harassment and the situation with his mother, I think it's better to say goodbye.
Yeah, I think that would be for the best too. But are you mentally okay?
Right now, strangely enough, I'm very calm. So, I'm completely fine. Tom, what time are you coming home today?
You're confirming that again. I'm at work right now, okay?
Are you really at work?
Huh?
If it's a client dinner, it's work, but if it's an affair, it is definitely not work, right? The new employee, and Jones. You're with her in a hotel right now, aren't you? I know everything.
I'm not having an affair. I don't know what you think you know, but you're completely off base.
There's no way to come up with an excuse now.
What?
I already have all the evidence. I know that you go to hotels every Friday, and the upcoming your trip next week. I know everything. I'm ready for a divorce, and I'm going to charge you alimony. And of course, charge and Jones too. If you're already there, come to my house. Come back right away.
Stella, the demon.
Huh?
What the hell do you mean you're getting a divorce?
Oh, you already knew it. Since your idiot son had an affair, I'm leaving. I've hated you for a long time and never wanted to see you again, so thank you so much.
It's just a one-time affair. You should forgive him. Tom is working so hard for you, you know? Allow him some occasional relief.
An affair is not relief. It's an act of infidelity, something that's not forgivable.
And alimony? You were such a money grubber all along, asking for money even when you're breaking up. You're not human, you're a demon.
That's a serious insult, you know. Should I make a separate claim against you too?
What's wrong with calling a demon a demon?
Can I say something? It's only natural to demand alimony from the person who had an affair. Tom has an obligation to make the payment. If he refuses to pay, I will contact the company as well.
Stop it! Fine! I'll pay, okay. But in return, don't ever have anything to do with us again, okay?
No need to tell me.
It was exposed to colleagues. You're seriously the worst.
It wasn't me. It's probably Ann Jones, right? When we had a talk, she was crying her eyes out. She said she didn't know you were married. So, maybe she exposed it to colleagues?
So what? A woman knows that's what's going to happen.
Even a man knows, right? And if you can't take that risk, don't cheat by deceiving others.
What will you do if I get fired or demoted?
I don't know. Because I'm not my husband anymore.
You're seriously a demon.
Both of you are idiots.
Huh?
Never mind. Anyway, please give me your alimony. Otherwise, I'll file a lawsuit.
Fine, I got it.
Olivia, thank you. It's all over now.
Really? That was fast.
I thought divorce proceedings would take a long time, but it ended quickly. Well, it was a settlement instead of a trial. And they didn't want to make a big deal out of it.
I see. So, what happened to your ex-husband?
He got demoted.
Serves him right.
Yeah, seriously. And his mother didn't want to move away from family home, so she and he ended up in a long-distance situation by force.
That's pretty funny too.
Yeah, looking back now, I don't know how I endured that situation, really.
That's true.
I was completely under their control. Why should I have to obey their orders just because I can't have a child?
Exactly. And the cause is probably with your ex-husband, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But Stella, what about your job? Are you going back to work?
I'm still undecided. For now, I got alimony, so I'll take a break for a while and rest my mind and body. I'll think about what to do from there.
That sounds good. I'm sure you'll succeed in whatever you choose, Stella.
Thank you, Olivia. If you hadn't told me, I would still be a slave. I am filled with gratitude.
Hi, long time no see, Stella. You were just shopping at the grocery store. It's been a while since I last saw you. Who's the man next to you? Is he your husband, perhaps? And the child you were holding hands with was yours? The reason you two couldn't have children was because of Tom. Tom hasn't had a smile on his face since that incident. He was abandoned by you, bullied by his boss in the rural areas, left the company, and I have no idea where he is or what he's doing now. It's all your responsibility that he had to go to that part of the country, but you were smiling. Is such a thing forgivable? I'm going to deliver some retribution now. My precious things were destroyed. So, it's only fair that your precious things are destroyed too, right? The child of a devil is a devil. We need to nip that bud in the bud before it grows.
Good evening, it's Stella. After that, my ex-mother-in-law, Angela, was arrested for extortion and violation of the firearms and swords control law. When I saw her standing in front of my house with a weapon, I felt a chill down my spine. Fortunately, my husband called the police and she was arrested on the spot. I'm really grateful for that. I just found out that Tom passed away a year ago. The cause was harassment at his new workplace. A man who had been harassing me, his wife, committed suicide because of harassment at his new workplace. Of course, I shouldn't be happy about it, but I can't help but feel it's karma. I'm now happily living with my remarried husband and our child. See you then.
Lily, can I talk to you for a moment? Oh, sorry, Anne. I'm still at work. I'll message you later. Oh, really? It's about your husband, Hans. What about him? Well, you might regret it if you don't hear this. What is it? Well, you see, I've decided to marry Hans. What? What are you saying? Hans is my husband. Yeah, so you should hurry up and get a divorce. Don't say it so easily. I'll leave work early and confirm with Hans right now. Oh, can you really confirm it? He's working remotely this week and he's at home. If I go to his place, I'll find out everything. I think it's better if you don't go now, for your own sake. Why? Because I'm in the middle of making love with Hans in your bedroom, darling. What? Making love with your husband in my sister's bedroom. The combination of superiority and guilt is exhilarating. I just received a message from Hans. Looks like it's true after all. See? Even he thinks I'm better. Actually, he seems to prefer older women. So Hans is mine. So you don't have to come back anymore. Even though Anne is a married woman. Oh, that's not a problem anymore. Hans gave me compensation for your sake. We got divorced properly this morning. Oh, Hans did it. As expected, people with money do things differently. That's right. I understand. Just do whatever you like. Oh, really? Then I'll send the divorce papers to my parents' house for you. Go ahead and submit them to the city hall as soon as possible. Lily, it's been 6 months. Oh, Anne, what do you want? Well, you managed to contact me quite well. Yeah, I can't say I don't understand your feelings. Today, I contacted you because I have an important announcement from sister to sister. Is it about your marriage registration with Hans? Oh, you guessed it. That's about as important as it gets for you to contact me. Oh, I see. I wanted to share my happiness after marrying Hans. Boring. All of your stories are boring and I'm not interested. Your lack of charm really annoys me. That's why Hans is cheating on you, isn't he? It's quite ironic for the person who stole him to say that. Even though I know it's not a good line to say, it's quite amusing, Anne. Thanks for saying it. Well, I guess it just sounds like you're making excuses for losing. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Well, do as you please. Is that so? But if you hear this, you'll inevitably be shaken, won't you? What? We've decided to go on a honeymoon trip abroad. Huh? Abroad? We're going to travel around various parts of Europe. By the way, we're planning to have a private wedding ceremony, just the two of us, in Paris. Hans has spent $20,000 to prepare for this honeymoon trip. Where did that money come from? It's obvious that Hans paid for it. Really? See, I knew you'd be jealous. No, it's not jealousy, more like I'm surprised. Both situations are pretty much the same for you. After all, you had a small wedding ceremony with only close family members, and you didn't even get to go on a honeymoon trip. It's completely different for me. It just goes to show the difference in how we're loved and valued. Well, it's your problem, so do as you please. Isn't it better not to waste too much money? Huh? Waste money? Such a word doesn't exist in Hans' dictionary. The compensation for me and your ex-husband, including your share, was a total of $70,000, and Hans paid for it, right? With such a large sum of money being involved, spending only $20,000 on a honeymoon trip and overseas wedding ceremony. Even though you have almost no savings and need to save money desperately, what on earth are you doing? What's that? Even if you're jealous, can't you use a slightly better word? I'm just telling the truth. You know, right? Hans has a ton of money. Huh? Whether it's $70,000 or $20,000, it's just a small amount of money to him. It would be cuter if you honestly said, I'm so jealous. Oh, really? Well, forget it. If that's what you're fine with, then I won't say anything anymore. You're trying too hard to sound meaningful. It's really ridiculous and pitiful. Go ahead and say whatever you want. I actually thought I was giving you a kind warning, but I've already cut ties with Anne, so it doesn't matter to me what happens to her. That's right, that's fine. Because our happiness makes you jealous, so please don't hold on to feelings for Hans forever, okay? Hey, Lily. We're in Paris now. We just pledged eternal love in a church, just the two of us. Oh really? You're not in the US anymore? So? Isn't it envy-inducing? No, not at all. Actually, I feel sorry for what's to come. Oh, come on, are you still saying that? Hans has a ton of money. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say he has an unlimited amount of money. That's why he easily spent $20,000 on this honeymoon trip. Unlimited money? Even though he has no income? Huh? No income? Wait a minute, didn't you know? Hans is currently unemployed. Huh? Unemployed? Yeah, he's not working. Even if he starts working after our divorce, as I mentioned before, he'll be left with nothing after paying the alimony. He can't possibly just spend $20,000, such a large sum of money, like it's nothing. Hold on a second. What do you mean by Hans not working? Oh, I see. I thought you might not have known. What? Wait, tell me. He was fired from his job due to an affair with you. What? What are you talking about? fired because of an affair, isn't that wrongful termination? I'm going to sue. Anne, don't you understand? You even mentioned it yourself. Me? Hans was fooling around with you while he was supposed to be working from home, right? In other words, Hans was slacking off at work and having secret meetings with another woman. Huh? It seems that companies now have a way to monitor whether employees are actually working during remote work, so they can't get away with that kind of deception. And it wasn't just once or twice. It seems like it was happening frequently enough to affect his work. So he was caught red-handed and got fired for disciplinary reasons. In this scenario, he wouldn't receive any severance pay, and I really have no idea where he managed to get $20,000 for the honeymoon trip. Huh? So, Hans staying at home all the time wasn't because of remote work, but because he's unemployed? Because he's unemployed. So, is it confirmed then? No way! Wait a minute. Hans is not some ordinary salaryman, you know? Huh? He works for a major company, and although I think his income was higher than the average salary in society, it's still impossible for him to casually spend $20,000 like that. Huh? Why? Is Hans an executive at a major company? Huh? Did you see his name on the company's website? Oh, maybe. Could it be a case of mistaken identity? The wrong person? It seems there's another person with a different spelling for the same last name and first name as the executive. No way! I mean, Hans, who is still in his early 30s, being an executive at a major company? It doesn't seem like he was exceptionally talented or anything, so I find it hard to believe. That's impossible! So, what was the purpose of me stealing Hans from you? Not only was it meaningless, but I also suffered a big loss. I was deceived. I don't need it. Take it back. I don't need it. Well then, I'll get back to work. Wait! Bye-bye. At this point, the honeymoon trip was cancelled. Cancellation fees were incurred and the $20,000 was not refunded in the end. However, it seems that Hans mentioned being fired to Anne in a message, and they ended up divorcing without the argument of "I was deceived" alimony getting anywhere. However, it turned out that the $20,000 for the honeymoon trip was actually Anne's debt. According to Hans, he borrowed it because Anne said she wanted a luxurious honeymoon trip, and Anne mistakenly thought the loan agreement was a prenuptial agreement and signed it without reading it carefully. Afterward, Anne had to take on multiple jobs to repay the debt. Both situations seem equally absurd, but as long as they stay away from me, it's fine.